You can't stop the music. Nobody can stop the music. Everybody remembers the Village People did that double live album to go along with their movie in like 1980. You can't stop the music. No, don't recall it. I had um, the double live album vinyl. Perry Comics. He likes my USAGI. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, just got to get the hauls out of the way because if you wait too long, then it piles up, and then you feel compelled to do like a serious video. I prefer the quick hits. So yesterday, I made my son clean his room. He's 9. He didn't take to it too well, so he complained about this, that, and the other thing. And the boy's got like built-in shelves. He's got a built-in bench, and he's got a little hideaway cubby hole above his bed. That's awesome. But he's like, well, the books are here because they can't go. So I said, how about I get you a bookcase and then you promise to clean up? So he said, sure. So off to IKEA I went. Next to IKEA or near IKEA in Seattle. It is an awesome room, Perry. Hey, Sean. There is a Half Price Books, and it's not the one that I usually venture to. So, got to go to new Half Price Books yesterday, which, I'm not complaining about. So let's see what I picked up. They had a bunch of Usagis, and this was, I think, the first old Usagi Yojimbo that I owned. So, oh, hey, glad you're here. Hope they came in good condition, man. Got that signature confirmation for you. I just love this cover, right? I've got number 10, which is a crossover, like the early crossover, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then I've got number 1. I actually have 2 copies of number 1. It is, except for, you look up close there. Oh, your books were in awesome condition. Glad to hear it, man. You got some nice ones there. That was a good lot there, man. Glad you hit me up because you made my auction a little quicker. And then I just got some fillers, man. I'm trying to collect all these damn books, 1 through like 167, and then he switched over to IDW. But we got 115, fighting a little clan of ninjas there. Got 112. Looks like he's fighting, I can't remember the Rhinos guy's name, and this young lady who apparently he was also fighting in 111. And if I ever became a sword fighter, I would not wear toe socks with like rope for my sandals. It's just how I roll, or I can't roll that way. But, Usagi can. A little backed up here, a little corner surrounded. These are all black and white line. How you doing, by the way? Yeah, so he did a couple color specials, but all of these are black and white until he switched to IDW. Now all of his books are in color. So yeah, these are all black and white on the inside. But something about black and white just really makes you focus on the art and even if it's not action, just like the activity rather than like the artwork. And sometimes I think it works really well, right? So he does these beautiful extra drawings on the back of most of them. Well, that's him winning an award, but he does all these great pinups on the backs. But the inside is definitely. And gosh, he's been doing Usagi for so long. His lines are so clean, but he's still pushing himself to do like new styles and new stuff, which is really awesome. I'm going down in numbers here. 103, 87. Another cool cover there. 88. Rounding out some that I don't have. And 89. There's some real popping covers too. And finally 90. So these are all just ones that I didn't have. I'd say between 1 and 167. I probably have about 100 of those issues, so I may be missing about 60 or 70 of them. It's hard to tell. Next thing I picked up is I've mentioned this before. I'm probably closing in on this. I'm getting like the later issues of X-Men. I still can't do the mid 300s. They're just so awful. Thanks, Lime. Hey, The madness will never stop, Murfinator. Um, so yeah, I picked up. I'm trying to get the later ones that Claremont and Fraction did. Thanks, Perry. So this one is just a horrible cover. It's just I don't know. I don't like that cover at all. However, when Fraction was doing the 500s with Greg Land, those were some nice covers. Really, really dig those. All right, so I probably got between 94 and 279, which was Claremont's run. I'm missing, I think, about 13 of those books from 94 to 179. And I've got from 180 to about 315, 320. And then I've got like 420 to 544. Yeah, I'm going to stop making videos in the middle of the afternoon. That's why I'm knocking these videos out like every other day with like mini hauls, because I know when school starts, I'm going to have to start planning. Shit, I might fucking edit a video and upload it properly instead of going live on the cheap. No, these X-Men were everything was half price. So $2.95, $3, $1.50 for these. The USAGIs were mainly $2.99. So these are like approximately $1.50 or $2 each book. The $3.99 books were $2. Yeah, this is $2.99. So this was $1.50. So that's what you're getting at half price usually. All their bulk, they've stopped putting them in bags with prices on. Yeah, I've done it during free periods before at Murph. No, I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I have. Oh, that's a great ad. Check that out. That's a little freaky. But yeah, I've got in these upper, like I said, 420 to 544, which was like a little Brubaker, a little Claremont again, and a little Fraction. I probably have about 50 of those issues. So maybe I'll try to get all the Fraction, then all the later Claremont, and then the Brubaker. But right in between, man, I don't know. If you start looking at them after like 320, the artwork just screams everything excessive and loud and large about the 90s. So it's kind of tough. Anyway, got a few mixed in here. Usagi Yojimbo, missed this one, 118. I think that's kind of cool. Lion statues. Reminds me of Patience and Fortitude, who are the two lions that guard the New York Public Library. There is absolutely no proof that in my early 20s, very inebriated, I peed behind one of those lions guarding the New York Public Library. As far as I know, it's just a mythological story. It never happened. And you can't prove it either. Don't talk to Dan. Anyway, found this one, which is pretty cool. This is supposedly a good series. I haven't read it yet. She Said Destroy. Number one. They actually had two of these, and I held myself back. I figure if I like them, I'll get more. If I don't like them, I save myself $2. But brand new comic that's it's popular enough that is well known. Volt's putting out some really good stuff these days, so got that for $2. Another one. This is Dodson. The Dodsons did a lot of the covers when Fraction was writing X-Men. So I got to choose like my favorite of these because Fraction and Terry and Rachel Dodson are going to be at they don't have too many new ones. It's going to be at Rose City. So Rose City, man, I got Dodson is great, and both of them. I needed to kind of check myself. So I got my professional pass to Rose City. So it's not costing me anything, but it came so late that I wasn't able to get any of like the deals for my kids. And my younger son didn't want to go. So I'm headed down there. Like I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. Saturday and just drive to Portland. It's like 2.5 hours. And then just go to the con on Saturday with my son. He's a bit older, so like I can be like, go look at that Dungeons and Dragons thing and keep your phone on you. I'll be back. It used to be like they had to follow me in lines, and they hate that. But he's like 12 now, so he's getting to that age where I can let him wander off a bit. And Rose City's a pretty safe place. I haven't seen Tat Comics there. I've run into Bueller there for sure. But yeah, the plan is we got like a shitty motel Saturday night, but we're going to stay there because the food in Portland's great and the atmosphere is great. And then Sunday we'll just get up and try, go like comic book hunting and just I'll take him to Blick Art Supply and just go around because he doesn't want to do 2 days at the con, and I don't blame him. And I like bringing my sons along, so I don't want to like piss them off and bore the hell out of them. But my younger son is like, no, I ain't doing that. So whatever. Kind of blah cover and nice Wolverine, but I hate when they do borders like this and the line across there. Not loving it too much, but that's more Matt Fraction and Terry Dodson. This one I like. And I think is Will Portacio. Yeah, Will Portacio is doing the interiors, which is really cool. I think he's just one of the major. I mean, you look at Rob Liefeld and Will Portacio. Who's the better artist? Who's the more well-known, popular artist? Those things don't equate in my mind. This one I love so much that I got it, even though I already have it. The one I had was a bit more beat up. This is really nice. I don't know if that's the Dodsons or Land on the cover, or if that's Portacio on the cover as well. I think that's Portacio all the way through because I don't see a signature anywhere else. Written by, colored by, cover. Oh no, it is the Dodsons on the cover. It does look like their work, right? It is the Dodsons on the cover. Will Portacio on the interiors. More Dodson, Portacio, and Wills and Fraction. I mean, very, very cool. The Heroic Age. Yes, that was very heroic back then. And then I'm trying to finish off my run on Wicked and Divine. So there's a few I don't have. Number 36. I don't have anything above 36, I think. And it went to like 44. So we got that one. Kind of cool. I've not gotten any of the what is it? Once and Future King stuff that Gillen's done. I hear that stuff's blowing up, and I just wanted to give it an all black cover, 37. So now I do have stuff above 36. This is kind of cool. This is one of their one shots. They did one shots throughout the years because the idea is that these gods all die and they come back as like popular musicians or artists every like generation. So they have like an 1831. This is a 1930, 1923. So it's kind of cool. I'm kind of digging it. Hold on one second. It's horrible to do like the phone, but my wife's out with the kids and I got to pick up my car. My car got back from the shop. And it's just a picture. Ooh, my son. He went to rock climbing camp today because he was having problems climbing with Daddy. Daddy was saying, hey, try this. No, that's not how you do it. Yeah, I've only been climbing for freaking 20 plus years, but no, Daddy can't teach him how to climb. So he's at climbing camp without me. Hope it looks, he's not scowling, so looks good. Rod! Rod's in the house, everybody. Say hi to Rod. Rod, if my little thing up here is correct, you're the only one in the house, but you know, it goes back and forth. So I hit up Spartan Comics recently. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Spartan Comics. It's just Spartan Comics, SpartanComics.com. Great site, really cheap stuff. He will go back and, hey, Glitter, he will go back and change some prices if something like becomes really hot. But for the most part, back issue prices are really good, $1.75, $2 each. And if you're hunting, yeah, man, it's a great place to hunt. SPARTAN. They don't call them variants; they call them alternative covers. So if you're searching for that, you got to search for alternative. But I just picked this up because I have 1, 3, 4, and 5. I don't know how long this series went. The Man Without Fear series that Frank Miller wrote. It's supposed to be great. I missed it, so I never got on this bandwagon way back in the day. So I'm kind of excited to do that. This one I was really psyched for. A young lady named Stephanie Hans did the cover. I think it's a beautiful cover. X-Men Extreme 7.1. Yeah, man, I really, really like this cover. I think it's one of her one of my top covers. And it wasn't a variant or an incentive. It's just a regular cover she did. But I dig that one. I assume that's the Brood. And this Ball of Light, Dazzler would be my guess. I haven't read the issue yet, but it's another one to knock off my list. So I'm really excited about that. And then this one, whenever I order from someplace, I try to order like 3 or 4 so that the shipping doesn't kill me. Shipping is usually the same price, whether it's like 1 through 5. This is a Declan Shelby cover, which I actually don't like. This kind of angel statue in the background, and then Spider-Man dropping this kid, and I don't like this straight line. I mean, conceptually, I understand it's kind of a cool idea. I just don't like it. But the interiors on this one are done by Stephanie Hans, and it's developing work, right? I don't think she'd hit her stride yet, but there's some great landscapes. So this is what 2014, so it's not that long ago. And I like this. She's not afraid to do these contrast and background colors. It's very indicative of her artwork. Nothing too spectacular here. I haven't read through the whole thing, but it's a #1 issue, Superior Spider-Man. So like this whole thing cost me maybe $10, including shipping for these 3 comics. So definitely want to shout out Spartan Comics. I think it's a great online place. And I'll tell you right now, Web of Black Widow #2, the Hans variant. That's the hot cover to get, in my opinion. It's a 1 in 25, and I can't find any online store that is selling it for anything less than like $40. I can't find places selling it for $25. It is just a ghost. It comes out October 9th, so maybe I'm looking too early in previews, but man, that thing is it is impossible to find, and it looks beautiful. If you like Hans's artwork, or even if you don't, check out the Web of Black Widow #2, 1 in 25 Hans variant. That is a cover and a comic to get for sure. All right, my friends, that is about it. The guy that stocks the shelves at Half Price Books is out on Sundays and Mondays. Those are his days off. It's really sad that I know that Jonathan, that I know his name, takes off on Sundays and Mondays. So there's usually nothing there. So I don't go. I go as many times between Tuesday and Saturday. So I'll probably make another trip when I go to pick up my comics at my LCS on Wednesday. And then maybe I'll do a big hunt on Saturday because school starts next week and I won't have time to do all this hunting anymore. So you guys have a good day. I will check you all later. Thanks for being here. Have a good one.